Well, I tell you, I've got a little girl here that I think it was an accident. She initiated a little. Yeah, I can't talk this morning. I'm gonna get a drink.
Big words.
Yeah, it's big words. I'll tell you what. If you get any more than 6 letters, I can't spell. Anyway, she contacted me while I was on Facebook last night, putting a video on Thomas Taylor, and I looked at that, and the way she wrote it was cute, and I answered her back, and then she answered me back, and I said, do you have an MP3? Can you send me? Yes. So she did, and I went over, and you know me, normally I'll get that stuff, and I'll go look at it, but I usually don't do it right then.
Right.
But I was sitting there on the couch. I just got in from the show, and I went over and checked it out. Hey, you know what? This young lady sounds pretty good. So I said, be on the show with me in the morning. I don't normally do this, but she is from up. Well, do you hear that? There's the boys. There's the horns. That's it. Blow them horns, boys.
Our 3 Musketeers.
The Musketeers. I'm sure Danity heard that. But she is up in Richmond, Virginia, and she has got a new album that she's going to be releasing out. And she's got this song called I'm Not Havin' It. And I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it's a cool song, and she's on the line with me from Richmond. Danity Smith, hi.
Hi. How are y'all keeping this morning?
I am awesome. Did you get any sleep last night after I talked to you?
Kinda. I think I fell asleep about 2:30.
Oh, good heavens. I remember when I could do that when I was young, too, Danity.
Yeah.
Well, I have a hard time sleeping, but I'll wake up and I'll start writing something, or, I mean, when I first started singing, I just kind of just sang. I mean, I've been doing it since I was a little girl, but when I wrote my song, Not Having It, I looked at my producer in the studio. I was like, I don't write. And she's like, yes, you do. I see it. And ever since, I guess she pulled something out of me I didn't know I had. So ever since then, I just write at 2:30 in the morning.
Well, that's how it usually happens. Most songwriters usually wake up out of bed and they'll jump up and write a few lines or whatever. Now, you're just around 23. Now, this is your first time on radio, right?
Yes. Well, on a FM station it is. I mean, I've been on podcast radio, but, I mean, it's a little different. Podcast radio doesn't, I mean, it branches out to online, but it's not FM.
You know what? I tell you what I'm seeing and hearing already, and ladies and gentlemen, you can make note of this, is that this is her first time on a real FM radio station. We're on the net, going all over the place. I'm assuming maybe some of her friends are listening. We get people that
Yes.
Listening from all over the place. And you are absolutely doing an awesome job. You got a natural talent and a good voice. I think maybe you ought to just come down here and do a live show with me someday.
Hey, I'm down for it. Let's set it up.
You're 8 hours away, but I want you to come down here, and we're going to get you on the radio a little bit more. So what's going on with your music career? Are you just getting actually started into a little bit more of the professional marketing and things of that nature, Danity?
Well, I was about 15 years old. That's when I kind of started branching out into doing like the big singing competitions, and I kind of dabbled in some acting and modeling when I was about 15. I went to a big competition in New York City, and I made some contacts there.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, at 15, you don't really know what you want to do. You're still trying to figure out a whole lot. And then I guess I don't know what struck me. I think after my grandmother passed away, that's kind of how the song came about. I'll get more into that, I guess, later. But
sure. Yeah, you're fine. Keep right on going.
Go ahead.
I said keep right on going. You're doing just a great job. Tell the story, honey.
Well, it kind of came about with I was going through a really bad breakup in July. It was 4th of July, and my grandmother was in a coma at the time. And I was back and forth to Norfolk every day for, I guess, the 2 months that she was in that coma, and they transferred her back up here in Richmond. And that song, I mean, it just kind of flew out of me. I was on 64 heading back home after I came from a songwriting meeting, and it just happened. It was crazy. And it's just, I mean, just the transformation and the things that have opened, like doors that have opened since I started this at about 15, it's just progressed over the years. And now it's really starting to hit home. Things are starting to happen. Now that social media is I guess like that's where my main focus has been, because social media, you could take it anywhere. The song Not Havin It is out on YouTube. We're currently in the process of doing a music video for Not Havin It. And it's out there right now, and it's got 18,000 views, just the song alone. So I can't wait to see what it's going to have with the actual music video behind it.
I like the name of it.
Thank you. Well, I mean, it was written for not just women, but men too, because guys go through the same thing with cheating men, cheating women all the time. I mean,
exactly.
The reviews that I got back on it, I could kind of tell when it was a woman reviewing and when a guy was reviewing. And, I mean, there was some strong reviews. They were like, it's an empowering song. And that's what I wanted. I didn't want, the same sappy, sad song about, being cheated on. You got to stand up against it. Yeah. And there's a hidden message within the song in itself. And that's what I want to portray.
Well, I'll tell you, let's portray it. Let's let everybody hear it. Now, this is the first time the song's been played on radio, the first time you've been on radio. I have that honor. When this young lady makes it in stardom, I will have the honor of saying that I had her on the radio first. That's what I'm talking.
Yes. You will be the first one to accept it. I've had a lot of radio stations say, no, we only play Billboard music, or I don't think you're going to make it, or I've heard it all. So, I mean, it's one of those things it's kind of crazy, because there's a girl out here on Facebook that I talked to about 3 days ago, and I told her, I believe God's going to put me on the radio. And 3 days later, he sure did. So, I mean, the talent didn't just fall from the sky. It definitely blessed me with it, and I'm going to do what I was called to do.
Yes, you are. And I'll tell you what, this is a good start for you. We're an FM here in Southwest Virginia. There goes the flatbedders. We got a lot of. Can you hear the horns?
I did.
Yeah,
I sure did this morning.
Yeah, we got people that blow horns that let us know they're listening. We got a lot of listeners, and we're on the net, and of course everyone listens from around the world. I could give you some statistics, and I won't do that right at the moment, but we'll talk later about it. But this is a good start for you, and I'm glad to be able to do that for you, and we'll certainly get you down here in Southwest Virginia. I think you're about 8 hours away up in Richmond, Virginia. But let's play your song and let everybody hear it. How's that sound?
That sounds good to me.
All right, when we get done with the song, I want to come back real quick and give a way for them to contact you, and hopefully I can get the listeners here, get the listeners excited that they will contact you and let you know that they heard your song and what they think. I think that'll be a very good thing for you, whether it's bad or good, right?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That sounds good to me.
All right, Danity Smith from Richmond, Virginia. Are you ready?
I sure am.
All right.
I'm ready. That's the question.
All right, honey. Well, here we go. We're going to make it happen. I'm Not Havin It, written by you, and here it is for the first time on WMJD 100.7 FM and any other radio station in the country. Let's do it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking right there.
She
Danity Smith, Richmond, Virginia. The song that she wrote, I'm Not Havin' It. I think we're going to put that on the regular schedule around here. I think that is an awesome song, an awesome singer, and a great gal. Danity, are you there?
I am here. I am here.
Now, we got a couple more minutes, and there's one thing that you didn't tell everybody that you told me on the phone, so let's fess up here about you going to Nashville. Tell us what happened down there.
Well, it's kind of funny that you mentioned that it's an 8-hour drive to you. Well, Nashville's only a 9-hour drive, 9.5-hour drive, really. So it's only an hour and a half more. Well, I was nominated Female Vocalist of the Year and New Country Artist of the Year through NCMA. Music Road Radio is a podcast radio. I'm not sure about their listeners, how many listeners they have, but I was nominated by the actual population that did listen. Mm-hmm. And it was definitely fun. It was kind of cool because I got to meet other artists like me that are trying to come out. Right. And trying to be heard, and it was so cool collaborating with new people and listening to new music, because I love listening to new artists, and I love the raw vocal of a new artist and what they have to say.
I do too, and you know what? All the radio stations out there that are missing picking up people like you to put on the radio and their songs is missing a whole lot. That's how boring their stations are, because they play the same old junk all day long. And I like a little variety. You know, if I eat steak, sometimes I might like to put a little salt on or a little barbecue sauce. I don't like to eat plain steak all the time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, I'll tell you, we're going to give out a phone number here. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to call and uplift this little girl's spirits. So if you like this song that we just played, I want you to give her a call and let her know. And I'm going to have you back on next week with us, and we're going to start playing this song here because I think it's a great song, and you do a super job. But we'll have you back on next week. And now, if you happen not to get any calls, don't get discouraged, because sometimes people take their time about doing things. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Hey, it's taken a while to get here, and you're just the first one to accept it, and that's a good thing. The door is open, and I'm going to just take a leap forward and do what I need to do to keep growing. That's the whole thing about it. I love the journey that I'm going on right now.
Well,
it doesn't matter when you get there; it's how you get there. Well,
you sound like a really great young lady, and so everybody, we're going to give you a phone number, and I would ask you to do me a favor and call Danity Smith and let her know what you think of her song, bad or good, and let her know that you were listening. I would certainly appreciate that. Now, what's the phone number here that they could call?
It's 804-301-9773.
All right, 804-301-9773.
Yep,
okay.
That's it.
All right. Now, we will talk again in a few days, and we'll get your song on, and we'll see where we're at. And you've got a Facebook page, too, right?
I sure do.
Okay. So, Danity Smith on Facebook. Is there anywhere they can buy this song?
Yes. You can buy it on iTunes. I'm on iHeartRadio. I have my own little radio station on there.
Okay.
Amazon. I mean, it's distributed everywhere. I know that, I want to say Reverb Nation, they have it too, but iTunes is where a lot of people go that I've seen. I also have my own band Facebook page as well.
Okay.
So that, I just think it's Danity Official.
Okay.
At Facebook. That's
well,
I think.
We are going to do our best to help you out there. For some reason, I just knew you was a good guy when you contacted me, just the way you wrote that sentence. And so here we are. Let's see where it leads to, and hopefully we'll see you in the lights, honey.
Yes, that is the goal, is it not?
It is. That's you want to live the dream. We're going to try to help you make it happen.
Well, thank you so much.
Well, you're very welcome. You stay on the line with me, and we'll talk here for a second. Once again, give her a call, ladies and gentlemen, and let her know what you think of that song. I'll tell you, it's always good to uplift people. It's always good to tell them whether or not you like something, and I know she would enjoy your opinion, bad or good. Once again, her phone number, it's Richmond, Virginia, 804-301-9773, and her name is Danity Smith. All right, we're going to go to the commercial, and we got Cal Smith coming up. No relation to Danity, but Cal has Country Bumpkin, and we're going to play that for y'all right here on the Coffee Pot Show.